Tonight, this is fanfiction reading number 3. Hola a todos. Astoria's Arachnid Girl. Morning. Angie risen from her bed zombie style to get up, sluggishly walking towards the closet for her suit. After dressing up, she walked out of her room for breakfast. Good morning, said Angie. Did you steal the last 2 bottles of wine? Said Vag with a hint of annoyance in his Latin tone. I didn't steal shit. Go ask Casquera. Angie spitted. Angie walked off to the meal area with a pissed expression on her face. She waited at the table until Niffer showed up to take her order. What would you like to order, Angie? Said Niffer, holding a notepad and pencil. I need a cup of cappuccino, 1 glass of tea, and a meat lover's breakfast sandwich. Don't forget to add a dab of whiskey in my drink. Angie ordered. I'm not sure about the whiskey since Casquera drank all of it. Niffer nervously explained as he was met with an angry scoff. Goddamn Hasquera, what an inconsiderate bitch. Angie yelled as Niffer ran off to the kitchen to make the meal she ordered. While she waited, her phone rang and was a text from Valentina, the bossy bitch screaming about being gone. By the time Niffer got her food, she was already snoozing on the table. Angie woke up from the scent of the food and thanked Niffer for her service. She ate her food, drank down the cappuccino, and offered to serve her red dough, Alice Astoria. The tea. Can't believe reading my own fanfic. Angie was up and ready to give Alastoria the tea as a gift with her chest puffed, hair well groomed, and greased as her spider clan can be. In the sight of Alastoria, Angie offered her the tea with a warm smile. Thank you, masculine madame. I don't really express your generosity. As she took a sip of her gift. You're welcome, sweetie, is strawberry pie. I wanted to give you this because I really do want to take you out for a dinner date anytime you want and have my way of fun in bed. Darling doe, said Angie. How about I decline such an offer? Your only purpose was to try and steal my virginity. After doing that, because I know your character very well, honey. You'll either move along, or I will be giving you out very big consequences. Said Astoria, while wielding her microphone staff, summoning static and voodoo symbols around the startled arachnid pervert. Oh God, please don't hurt me, baby. I'll do anything you want as your personal servant for 1 week, deal? Angie pleaded in desperation, with the radio attention of of jumping in her panties and not get killed. It's a deal then. We'll start tomorrow and better not. I try anything funny, warned Alastoria. I promise to be my best, Red Mama. Red Mama, said Angie, being under false promises of playing the man in bed to get some booty time from her. Fucking booty time. Day one. This is your first task. Make me a cup of tea, get me my book, make oatmeal, and clean the dishes. As Astoria gave Angie a list of chores to do, Angie starts to exclaim, I'll do as I promised, my strawberry mama. Strawberry mama. Astoria responded while walking to her rocking chair. We're not dating. Angie got to work on the oatmeal after giving Astoria her favorite book. She got the oatmeal until ready on a silver platter to make it pretty for the red dough. For the red hole. I mean dough. Setting the platter in front of her smiling presence, and then she took a bite. Not bad. But why is it so much garlic and parsley? You need to learn and balance the flavors. You need to learn to balance the flavors, said Astoria. Angie began responding with a smug smirk. Duh, I'm Italian, honey. You're a temporary servant to know what's best for your sweet booty. Astoria smirks back. Duh, using your ethnicity as an excuse doesn't make it any better, simpleton. Is there anything you want, strawberry mama? I know you can't resist me, 'cause I'm a star, and it would be a shame to kill me for fucking up your breakfast. I know you want me for more than doing mundane chores for you, said Angie, moving closer towards Astoria's face to an uncomfortable intrusion of personal space. For an asexual that already ran her right across and already ran her right hand across Astoria's arm while her left hand grabbed the hip area near her ass. Near her ass? Angie, please respect my 5-foot rule and not be bragging into my face again. Dude. You'll be my footstool to humble down your putrid ego worse than any man. Boomed Anastasia without yelling, and she started to question. What if I don't follow what if I don't follow orders of a shorty cutie pie like you? Well, Astoria grabbed her staff and single-handedly shoved it hard into Angie's stomach to move her away 5 foot, to make her understand the rule. Ouch, I'm sorry, baby mama. I don't mean to scare, and I don't want to hurt you. I just really love you. Angie said after coming back up to apologize for being too close and touchy. Angie, get on your hands and knees. Get on your hands and knees. That's how you make it up to me after you're done cleaning dishes, butchy girl. Also, quit pretending to be a ladies' man. You know better. Alastoria commanded as Angie went in to clean the dishes. After she was done, she stood straight to be trained. Here's your doggy collar just in case you make a wrong move by running away from your master that you'll be accustomed to and love very much. Alastoria instructed while she buckled the pink collar on Angie's small neck and attached the leash. Angie went down on her hands and knees. Astoria sits on her rocking chair with her favorite book and chair. resting her small feet on the arachnid's back in silence, and she thought, how long is the book? My body hurts like shit. Day 2. Come here, Angie, Astoria called. What do you want? What do you want, honey? I'm busy catching up with something right now, says Angie, lazily lounging around on the couch in her gray tank top and soaked boxers from having her solo finger fun watching the porn channel right after Astoria is asleep. With a bottle of wine in hand, not worrying about anything since her buddy is taking care of her pig. Come here, Angie, Astoria called a second time. Can you wait a minute? My body fucking hurts from your feet on my back for 3 long fucking hours yesterday. What is my reward? I hope you better make me a sandwich. Be my submissive, cutesy little Creole piece of ass. Better give me that plump lipped mouth kissing my big clam on your fucking knees and a chocolate milkshake with extra cream like a good little maid. God damn it. The fuck did I just roll? Demanded Angie with medium hostility in her strict tone. Dare to repeat that, Butchie? Astoria retorted. What the actual fuck are you talking about? This Butch has needs, said Angie as her tone increased with more hostile entitlement and pointed at herself. You really need to learn how to be more respectful when speaking to me. I have your sandwich and chocolate milkshake with extra cream right here. You'll have to get off your lazy entitled bum to come fetch it if you're so hungry. I will not be wasting my time kissing your genitals, you stupid angry pervert, said Astoria. Fine. I'll have to get my ass up to eat and hope my whole body doesn't end up being sprained, complained Angie, getting up slowly from the couch feeling pissed off, and walked into the kitchen smelling something good of bacon. Angie wasn't distressed when as her food was placed in 2 stainless steel doggy bowls with her name written in precise cursive on them. What the fuck is this? I'm not a fucking dog, exclaimed Angie, wincing in atrocity. Eat it. Get on your knees now, Astoria commanded, wielding her staff above Angie's head, ready for a brain bashing. Okay, you got me. I'll do as you want. Gorgeous. Puta madre. Angie nervously obeyed. Astoria set the bowls under the table while she sat next to her and enjoyed the oatmeal with a smile stretched wide on her face. Seeing Angie smile was tell she was loving to be treated as Astoria's own willing slave, servant, and bitch, whose only destiny made her being pleasured for becoming, training, and adapting to be a good slave, temporarily. This is fucked up and humiliating. I feel so fucking sexy being Astoria's little doggy for a whole week. She thought with a moist groin. Astoria took a look at her spider slave, munching ravenously at the savoring meal it was given. and being grateful to be lapping and licking that thick milkshake out the bowl like the thirsty hound she is inside. Day 3. And Astoria is busy making her apple pie in the early afternoon that used to be perfectly peaceful until a sound of moaning coming from her own room. She walked with high suspicion before swiftly opened the door to witness a naked Angie rubbing herself in a ferocious pace, trying to suppress her orgasms and saying dirty things with eyes tightly closed. Oh, strawberry mommy. Oh, strawberry mommy. I'll be a good slave. I'd love to be a submissive bitch. Lustfully moaned Angie. Astoria almost passed out. Covering her face and lets out a blood-shocking scream. Oh no! Where is Jesus Christ to make you not remember this? Where is Jesus Christ to make me not remember this? Astoria snatched a nearby Bible and chucked it at Angie's wet privates. Ouch! I'm sorry, I'll stop. Angie yelled in god-awful pain. And apologized before getting back in her lazy clothes. I have a chore for you. Massage my feet and paint my toenails, said Astoria, seeing her nightmare coming to an end. Astoria walked to her couch as Angie followed along. As Astoria sat comfy in her place. Angie sat on the floor and took off the high heels, revealing dainty feet. Angie started to take it slow with her strokes on the small framed arches. Angie felt the texture of Astoria's feet being so soft, tender, and very sweet to touch. She began gently tickling her small toes, causing Astoria to chuckle. She really enjoys making her happy. Angie opened the nail polish and delicately worked on the toes from the pinky to the big toe. After an hour of being given slow massages and toenails polished, Astoria fell asleep. When Angie took a peek at Astoria's high heels, what if I take a little whiff of her shoes? Little whiff of her shoes. That won't be that bad. Angie grabbed a shoe and took a tiny sniff. It was so lovely she starts to take a real huge whiff of both shoes. This is heaven. Day 4. Angie quietly entered the red doe's room, tippy-toed inside for something she wants to feel again. She walks on all fours like a cat and sneaks towards Astoria's small feet hanging out. And she rubbed the foot with extra carefulness to not wake up the red doe. Delicately moving her thumbs up and down the silky arches. She has another thought. How does her feet taste? Angie reluctantly takes a tiny lick. Oh fuck. She is a tasty bitch. whispered Angie, trying to not get overly excited about the taste. They're like candy fruit, and it smells so velvety. Angie quietly spoke as her mouth was drooling. One lick becomes two. Two licks become three. Three becomes four licks. Four becomes five, to the point where she doesn't want dear pussy. When she is done being a worshipper, in the corner of the room, there is a dirty clothes hamper. Angie quietly, the best she can, make it to the hamper and search underneath a pile of nightgowns. Found her prize being the really musty and foul pairs of sweaty socks, panties, and bras made to be played with. Angie takes the putrid-smelling undergarments and tiptoed out of the room, hopping onto the couch and indulged into a sniffing session with her face buried by them while rubbing herself. What are you doing with my undergarments, you disgusting degenerate? Astoria screamed. Angie froze and let out a pathetic squeal of a terrier being getting raped by a bigger dog. Tried to run away and was quickly snatched by her dog collar. But what? I'm a horny ragazza. Angie said nervously while being held by the collar. I knew you'd been looking and playing with my feet, didn't you? Astoria sneered. I'll be making bacon oatmeal and you'll have to eat it off my feet. I forgot something. Stay right there. Stay right here. Astoria directed. She immediately walked back to her room and returned with a leash, a pair of handcuffs, and a black sleeping mask spread out on the coffee table. A leash. Really, bitch? You gonna pull off a gangster routine on me? Get the fuck out of here. Honestly, I enjoy the effort and entertainment you give me, shorty mama. And she starts laughing and cackling her ass off, putting her fingers on Alastoria's chin. Would you be a good maid and get me a bottle of your best wine, little bitch? Angie ordered and gave her a quick kiss with a short grope on the ass. Alastoria walked off angrily to get the damn wine. Are you satisfied now? Said Alastoria, trying to hold back the legitimate urge to murder. Angie took the bottle and drank down a long swig. After being done, she passed out on the couch. Alastoria got to work. Day 5. Angie opens her eyes, but all she can see is darkness. tried to move her hands but couldn't. Her mouth was covered in tape and full of the familiar nasty socks. The socks she was caught with. All she can feel is vulnerability, panic, and fear. Angie screamed down her lungs' capacity. The only sound that came out was a muffled yell nobody can hear. Tears ran through the thick fabric, blinding her eyes, and her body quivered for what is happening to her. She is feeling something soft and crinkly on the outside and not her boxers. The sounds of shoes clacking made her spine shiver even worse. The click of a leash attaching to her dog collar, a strong leash pull, forced her to stand up and kneel down. A hand slowly and painfully ripped off the tape and quickly spits out all the socks on her dry mouth. But my fucking god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for how I speak to you and the way I touched you and hurt your feelings. I was only showing my affection to you in the way I know, and it didn't work. So I'll take any punishment you can give me, mommy boo, said Angie, loudly apologizing through her tears running fast down the cheeks. That's okay, honey. All you have to do is eat leftover bacon oatmeal off my feet mixed with the best peppers while you wear a diaper and not allowed to use the toilet for the rest of the day. Isn't that clear? Astoria talked as she was holding a cold pot containing the leftover oatmeal with hot peppers mixed in while entirely holding the leash. I'll do anything for you, ma'am. Angie obeyed with tears drying away, eagerly ready to worship to gain forgiveness. Astoria placed the pot under her feet after taking off the shoes, then plopped one foot at a time until her feet are covered in cold oatmeal. Full of bacon bits and variously colored bite-sized peppers. Ew. Angie eagerly licks and munches cold food off the silky feet of a lady she disrespected. So badly, and wouldn't go one day without violating her personal space, calling her overly sexual names and making her feel unsafe by coming out of her room. She tried to ignore these persistent hookup attempts the best she can until the day she has had enough of this treatment and can't take it any longer. Now the persistent lesbian arachnid is cleaning her small feet like a good slave, pouring a diaper and secretly enjoying the embarrassment she is feeling. Angie was eating and swallowing fast through the painful spice of the peppers as the chunks fell onto the floor around the pot as more times. Astoria covers them up, covers them again until there is a little left to lap up. with a burning tongue. After every last piece is cleaned off her feet, Astoria puts her shoes back on and held the leash up and pushes Angie's face with her foot against the floor to leak and clean up more oatmeal left. Are you finding plenty of pleasure in humiliation? And always faking as a macho, tough, and independent lady until now? As Astoria's cold smile, taking pleasure making Angie submit and accept her place as bottom. Yes, Mommy Al. I love making you happy at your command and being humiliated by you, Mama Doe. Said Angie, speaking in the tone of a child with puppy eyes, rubbing her head on Astoria's ankle before kissing the sleek shoes. I forgive you, baby. Is that title of being a star really got to your head? And you have such a dirty face. How about a bath tomorrow? Astoria offered. Day 6. Angie was no longer in handcuffs and still had a collar on during a bath. Astoria poured warm water on Angie's head, chest, and face. She got some soap and lathered it all on the chest, playfully pinching and holding the undoubtedly small melons with both hands. Astoria, still holding the melons, kissed Angie on the lips with passion. When I'm done washing you, I have a lovely surprise waiting in my room, said Astoria. After the bathing is done, Astoria dries down Angie thoroughly to catch every last drop of water. She blow dries moisture out of Angie's locks and greases them with care. She led the nude arachnid while trying to not look at her. Astoria instructed Angie to close her eyes until she has the gift in her hands. When she has the gift in her hands and opened her eyes, she was confused looking at the brown leather straps. This is a chastity belt for cuddling tonight, Astoria explained as she attaches the straps to Angie's groin and secured the little padlock, placing the key deep inside her suit. I'll be back, honey. Astoria sang rhythmically in a dancing motion towards her closet. Angie watched with eagerness sparkling in her eyes, fantasizing what Astoria will change or cosplay into. A stripper, nurse, maid French, a maid specifically French, police officer, high-end hooker, or even better, naked. The sound of a knob turning got Angie ecstatic. drooling at the mouth, and smacked her lips for what's going to appear in her enlarged eyes, almost bugging out of the sockets. The hive quickly died when Astoria came out wearing a nightgown that covers her arms and ankles. Babe, I expected you to show a little skin, but you're still a sexy mama, Angie exclaimed. I hope your spider booty is prepared for mine. Lay down flat on my bed, said Astoria with enthusiasm. Angie lays down flat on the bed as instructed, waiting for the moment when Astoria is ready. She sticks her tongue out for a moist fish taco under her mouth is being stuffed with unwashed panties, and a blindfold is put on. She really wanted to be dominated and humiliated like a good slave. Astoria sits her buns on Angie's nasty face while reading her book, trying to inhale and lick the anus despite the panties covering her tongue. Soon gave up and taking a long inhale of purely scented ash until Astoria felt she has the sleeve and took out the panties out of Angie's mouth. They both fell asleep and cuddled slowly, making Angie itching to be free from her given chastity belt. Day 7. A calmly humming Astoria was cooking and basting up a big steak, throwing in some thyme and rosemary along with a couple of garlic cloves to the hot cast iron pan, making the pleasant aroma spread throughout the room. She is also frying up some asparaguses and potatoes for the side dish. Angie comes around and rubs both hands on her lover's hips, giving Astoria a huge kiss on her left cheek. What is cooking strawberry shortcake? Said Angie in her affectionate tone. A nice big steak for you, honey. I'll cook mine rare after this is done. And go wait at the table, said Astoria. Angie walked to the neatly set table and took a seat. She began to think, oh my god, she was such a sweetheart. Cooking a big steak for a lady like me. Aw, I bet this is better than going out for dinner after all. I really do wish to make friction with her and grab me some deer pussy tonight. Angie wondered with sexual intent. Astoria came into the room with two steaks and the side dish that makes Angie's mouth water from far away. Astoria puts the well-done steak with asparagus and potatoes in front of Angie. Mm. While she has her rare steak with the side dish, Angie took a bite and she has a big orgasm with every chew that her muff starts getting soggy under the table as a bit of squirt juice dripped through her clean pair of boxers onto the wooden floor. Right after, Angie eats all the food on her plate, with too much joy going on in her boxers. She lets out a loud wolf whistle enough to make Astoria jump a little and yelled, Baby, this is so much better than going out. And thank you very, very much, Mama Doe. I know you would love it, honey. I really don't want to hear your sexual noises, and why is your boxers wet? Are you enjoying my cooking this much? You're such a dirty lady. Astoria joked while pointing at the moist boxers. You know I'm one nasty motherfucker for some good ass food, Al. So, how we're gonna have fun on the bed tonight? It's all up to you, said Angie. Follow me. Astoria held Angie's hand and leads her to the bedroom. The two sat comfortably on the bed and both started to make out in a slow pace. Angie kissed her with an overbearing passion. Her mouth greedily takes over Alastodia's like she belonged to her grasp. And nobody else has the nerve to take her dough away. Warm saliva drizzled from each other's mouths, dripping on their chests. The room was getting a bit too sweaty. Astoria ceased the session to change into her long nightgown in the closet. To Angie, it feels like an eternity, and took off her tank top, throwing it at the wall. Astoria returned back into the session, more ready than ever. Astoria took over Angie's with her neatness until she breaks the kiss. I'll give you what you want, lay flatly, said Astoria. She got up and swayed her hips, walking to get something from the clothes drawer. She got two handcuffs and locked Angie's wrists to the bedpost. Ripping off the soiled boxers that reveals the leather chastity undergarment, finishing it with a sleeping mask on the face and not forgetting to use the rope for tying down the ankles tightly. Astoria briskly walked out of the room to get something from the kitchen and searched the pantry, grabbing a big piece of ginger, peeling it, then cuts them in half. Hey babe, what's taking so damn long? Complained Angie. I'm ready, exclaimed Astoria. She came into the room with two peeled ginger pieces on a silver platter, ready for the insertion of both orifices, to be inflicted upon her arachnid bitch she enjoyed having fun with. Astoria gets her key from the nightstand and unlocks the garment to shove in the two pieces of ginger in both love holes, and relocks the device with a stretch smile across her face, fueled by sadistic intent, as she gave the groin area a big smack. Angie immediately began squirming and writhing violently from the burning of her sensitive vaginal and anal tissue while struggling against the tightly done restraints, giving her helplessly bound for Alestoria's sick amusement. Uh-oh, ouch. What the fuck? What? What the fuck did you put in me? Whispered Angie as she yelled her words out through streams of tears, fruitlessly fighting to be released from this excruciating torture. It's only ginger honey, Astoria calmly said as she gets up and takes off her panties and sets her clam at Angie's scared face to silence the cries. This shit really fucking burns, but her pussy is pretty moist as her steaks. Yummy. As Angie's doing her best to not focus on the burning ginger that was stuffed in her holes. When licking, she nonchalantly, nonchalantly caresses the smooth deer muff of her tongue, making Astoria moan in ecstasy. Angie evolved into sucking the clit like a candy pop while her body quivers until all lady juice is sprayed on her face. Astoria got off her wet face and lays down next to her slave, giving her a big kiss. "I love you, honey," said Astoria before falling to sleep. Fuck my current situation. And don't subscribe.